What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 20 of the Michelle and Tony show. This is officially our 20th episode. We just concluded the marathon series of the difference between a billionaire and a church rat. We hope you loved it and we plan on doing more. So, for this particular episode, the fan takeover, right? So, every response that was dropped into our message box, we are going to be reviewing it today. So, let's get right to it. Okay, so for our first speaker, his name is Zilla, and what he said is my dream of living large. Yeah, everybody wants to live large, you understand? But we're at the stage where you're supposed to know that okay, all these things come at a cost, right? So there is one thing to dream, there's another thing to plan. Like said in our podcast, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, you understand? So that's it for the first response. Thank you so much, Zilla. We appreciate you.
Alright, this is second person. Okay, no name. This person doesn't have a name. So, anonymous. There are so many things I want to do, right? So many versions of success I want to live out. But at the core of it all, I want to be a successful daughter, sister, wife, mother, and person.
Oh, that's beautiful.
A woman who loves hard, lives well, and leaves something beautiful behind.
Wow, that's good.
Well, this is very nice. This is very touching. I think one thing you said here that I really love was the fact that you want to be, I think you're family oriented and family oriented, and I'm also family oriented. So that's a very nice way to put it. But this life you want to attain basically. Like Michelle said, every dream, every success, every want that you have, every need, everything in life has to come to to a cost as a cost, right? So you obviously need to, basically plan
Put in the
systems,
work, yeah.
put in the work, and build yourself to that stage or build yourself to that certain goal. So
Yeah, but honestly, that was a very nice message
Yeah.
to drop actually. Okay, for this third person, name. There is no name. For what he said, God have mercy on me. Well, whoever this person is, I don't know who you are, but we all know that our Father is a loving Father, and no matter what you do, He will forgive you, right? So whatever it is you think that you have done, or maybe you think that you are so far from redemption, I'll tell you that you're not far from redemption. God loves you. God loves me. God loves everybody, right? He didn't bring you to this world to hate on you. He loves you. You understand? Just the only thing you're going to have to do is to knock. The only thing you're going to have to do is to ask and seek Him, and surely He will answer. Okay, let's get on to the next one.
well, this person does not also have name. Oh my god! If you don't love yourself, on one else, so if you don't love yourself, no one else will.
Wow.
Obviously,
right?
like that's just the truth. If you don't love yourself, no one else will, because self-love, like we talked about in the first episode of this show, self-love is very much important. You can't be you can't be wanting to know yourself in somebody else's, right? So you cannot be seeking validation when you're not being able to validate yourself,
Yeah, actually.
right? So you have to first love yourself, and this is actually
This is
very
actually very good.
sharp one. I think
It's like you're actually picking on the sharp one, sha.
yeah.
So for the fifth person, name, divine, answer, why you share me this link. Well, I shared you the link to put something in, and thank you for putting something inside. I appreciate you. So let's get on to the next person.
This people are- Why do am I always getting the one that don't have name? Okay, so like I said, this person is nameless. Always follow your goals and choose passion over money, no matter how enticing it is. Definitely, always follow your goals. Choose passion over money. Yeah, no matter what. Yeah, that's
deep actually.
that's like I'm just getting the deep ones today. Michelle, what's going on? And these people are nameless, but yeah. This is actually definitely what it is.
Yeah.
Chase your goals. Set your money will come with it basically. So
Yeah. So on to the next one. Name, there is no name. Answer, I have always wanted to be a millionaire. Wow, whoever this person is, I myself too, I want to become a billionaire. You understand? But actions, like they say, speak louder than mere words. So you're like we keep saying you're going to have to put in the work, right? Just another thing I'll just advise you, whoever this person is, just the law of cause and effect. If you do what millionaires have done, you become a millionaire. So just there are books, there are people out there that are teaching how they got there, right? Follow them up, learn from them. Don't pick too many mentors at once. Pick one person that you want to learn for. Like Tony said when he started learning forex, that you're meant to just learn from one person. He's also in this journey of life. Pick one person that you want to learn from, right? It doesn't mean you should block other people out, but follow this person, his books, his tutorials, his mentorships, and all those things, and you will get to that level, right? So on to the next thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Nameless, but this person is Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
okay.
Yeah, okay. This person says, yeah, it will be pertinent enough to talk about our way of life and its importance to our existence. Does our way of living matter at all? What do we do to achieve the so-called living life to the fullest? How sure are we that our individual way of life does procure a meaning for our existence? All these questions being put forward and at last having been pondered upon afterwards, I would like to say that in my own view, our way of living doesn't 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 our way of living life doesn't or does not matter. Well,
If it doesn't,
if it doesn't in any way what make a positive or progressive impact on other people's
like
life.
basically saying our way of living doesn't have any meaning if it doesn't make an impact on another person's
Okay,
life.
so that's what you guys basically what you're trying to say. So yes, I'm sorry for if I read. It's not my fault. You actually just you mistyped. So yeah, but then what you said is actually very true.
Actually, yeah.
To be fair, that is something I personalize very much. I don't term success as just having money. I term success as being able to give back, being able to impact. That's what I term success as. So, yeah, you spoke well. I think everybody should understand that a life worth living is a life that is all about impacting in other people. So that's a life worth chasing for. So basically, yeah, that is just the true meaning of existence of our life should be defined.
Yeah.
Basically.
So for the next person, nameless, answer technologia. I wish I knew what that means. On to the next one. So number 10.
Yeah. Okay, smile. This is smile.
my guy with that.
Yeah, sharp, smile. Sharp, smile. Some smile says, pressure creates diamond. Winners never give up. Build a lifetime skill.
Wow, beautiful.
That is actually a very nice quote.
Pressure creates diamond.
Yeah, winners never give up.
Build the life.
So yeah, in this there's actually like three quotes. Really, I'm going to leave you guys with. He's trying to tell you guys that the first quote is pressure creates diamond. That is very true because if you look at the way a diamond is being assembled, the processes you take to actually assemble a diamond, you understand that there's a lot of pressure that is being sustained, to get that shape that a diamond is or get that value basically. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure through. There's a lot of challenges through the process of actually attaining that diamond. So it's just basically how life is. If you want to get to that goal, that certain goal, that achievement, that crystal ball, that level of success you've really taken for yourself, you need to undergo certain pressures in life. So yeah, that's a very good quote. That's quote number one. And then number two is winners never give up. Right? You can never win without actually putting in the work to try to win.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If you never put in the work to try to win, you can never actually win. So yes, winners never give up. Then the number three quote is build a life a time skill.
Lifetime skill. Actually.
Okay, build a lifetime skill. Sorry, this is what he said, but then he said build a time skill. But yeah, he meant build a lifetime skill. So people just end up, living that life of, just basically working for, like we talked about in this, what's it called, this series that we just,
The marathon.
the marathon we just finished doing, and we talked about how you sell your time for what's it called, to somebody else, basically exchanging your time for, assets that like are, valuable assets, basically, money. So people that actually end up getting to that level of that millionaire status, that billionaire status, these are the people that they don't sell their time, but they build their time. They build a kind of the skill that is worth a lot of money. So that is just basically what you're trying to say. Build a lifetime skill. So yeah, smile. Thank you for this one. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, now my guy be that. So for the next one, another good friend of mine named Flexo. He said, honestly, I just have a deep question. Why is it so hard that even after our struggle here on earth, heaven is not still sure? Why I ask this is because some people try their best to live the best life on earth, but after life they end up on the bad side. Wow. Wow, that question is beyond podcast. Like, bro, this question is like pastor and church level question. Yeah.
This
But like, in as much as maybe I might know some things, at the end of the day, my knowledge is very limited. And there's one thing I know. It's just that the thing about heaven and hell, I've never really gotten, yeah, because I've thought about this thing, right? We might be trying to live the best life in heaven. You understand? You might try to get around life the best way, sorry, on earth, and then might not later end up in heaven. But but me now, what I told myself, since I don't know the answer, what I'm going to do on my stay here in earth, so I'm going to impact. I'm going to try to be a better person every day. I'm going to try to help other people. Because even in as much as I can't wrap my head around the mysteries of heaven and all those things, at least I can wrap my head around what I am doing here on earth. And that is what I'll focus on. You understand? So actually this question is very beautiful and it's very deep. You understand? So thank you. Thank you for this question. So on to the next person.
Yeah. Macaulay.
My guy.
Right, Macaulay. I think Michelle guys they're just basically on the rampage right now. That's very good. Macaulay says, always do what you can't.
Wow, that's deep.
Always do what you can't. Yeah, you never know until you tried, So you can't really say it can't. But yes, this quote is actually a very sharp one.
Yeah, always do what you
Always
can.
do what you can't. Basically, it's just basically telling you that you never know.
yourself.
Yes, you never know until you try. You might think you might not be able to do it, but then once you attempt that thing and you find out that, bro, like I could actually skill myself through this. So I just always try, always attempt.
Yeah, actually, you know where I learned that you never know till you try? That day I was cooking rice and I asked you, there's something I wanted to add, and I asked you, would this thing make it sharp? And you're like,
You never
never
know.
know till you try.
Like,
And the thing ended up being sharp. So yeah, actually, you never know until you try. So, on to the next one. Soludo. Okay, Soludo, my guy. He said, sometimes the dream isn't far. You're just too distracted to notice how close you are. Pause, reflect. Are you chasing your goals or you're just moving in circles? Time is loud, but purpose is louder. With every flip, no matter the pain, difficulties, or struggle, let our purpose be louder. The burning flames of success.
guys are just sharp guys.
This guy, no, this guy.
I bet my friends, where you guys are now?
This guy, no, this thing is beautiful. Like this thing entails the aim of mission over man. You understand? Your mission is meant to come before your ego, your tiredness, the party, the distraction, the criticism, everything. You understand? So I so much love this. Let me read. He said, sometimes the dream isn't far. You're just too distracted to notice how close you are. Actually, sometimes the dream is not always that far. You understand? Maybe just distraction, and for me, in my own distraction, I mean unnecessary fear. Always asking people their opinion. Then this person will tell you, this person will tell you, this person will tell you, this person will tell you. Boom. Then like 5 people are uploading, you're downloading. Your system is going to crash, obviously, right? He now said, pause and reflect. Are you chasing your goals or you're just moving in circles? Like we talked about, there's difference between movement and achievement. So you understand? So when you get the vision of where you want to go, what you can now term as achievement is a step further towards that vision, right? Then time is loud, but purpose is louder, obviously. With every flip, no matter the pain, difficulties, or struggle, let our purpose be louder. Let your mission always overcome you, the man. You understand? Let your mission always be in front of the man. Mission over man. You understand? So Soludo, thank you. Like this quote was very, very beautiful. I really loved it. On to the next person.
all right. Annie Emmanuel says, you can do everything right, love genuinely, and show up with the best intentions and still not be chosen. Oh. Understood or appreciated the way you hoped. That doesn't mean you're not enough, it just means not everything is meant to stay. Some people are lessons, some are mirrors, a few are home. What matters is staying true to yourself, even when others can't see your words.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
Right, and you just basically define my whole freaking life, right? This is just basically me in written handwritten basically.
Yeah.
Now this is how I felt. This is how I started feeling. I started understanding, life as it is when I, left school. So I understood that, guy. There's some persons that would come to your life as lessons. There's some things that they will do to you basically meet, and you just see them as, and you end up seeing them as, bro, they're just lessons to learn from. And then some persons are just, mirrors basically. They're not really who you think they are, basically. And then there's some persons that are just what you would call home at the end of the day, people that you always go back to. And I feel like I have those people. This category basically was just built for me. And then I have people in all these three categories, man. And most of the people that I met in school are in the category of lessons. You understand? So just a few of them I would say yes, I ended up calling them home, right? So it's actually very true. And to all our listeners, like I said, Annie said that what matters is staying true to yourself even when others can't see your words. Do you understand? So if you know what you truly want, if you know who you are as a person, if you know your identity, if you know where you're going to, if you know where you're heading, do not let other people's opinion about you bring you down, right? Because your friends cannot really, understand you. They cannot really, show up. They cannot really, appreciate you for things you do or anything like that. You think, oh, I have to, change for them, but no. Just continue being who you are. If you know your worth, if you know what you are, if you know who your identity is, if you know where you're going, just keep on pushing, just keep on doing the work, just keep on, you will meet people that you end up calling home. So yeah, it's just basically life. Annie, thank you so much for this quote. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So over to the next person.
Yeah.
Number 15, Michael Alvaro. What can you say about the 20?
Alvaro.
What can you say about the 20-80% rule? Okay, it's also called the 20-80% rule is also called the Pareto principle, right?
Yeah.
It's basically telling you that 20% of your work is responsible for 80% of your results. Understand? For example, you want to achieve something, right? Then you write out 10 things that you can use to achieve that thing. Now, what you don't know is that only 2 of those things out of the 10 you wrote, that is 20%, will account to 80% of the results you're going to achieve. You understand? So that is just basically this, like, in everything there's always like the top 20% that will always account for the other 80%, right? If you want to know more on this thing, just search for the Pareto principle. I read it in one book I was reading one time. Like 20% of the things you do, you account for 80% of your results. You understand? So thank you. This is actually the first person that asked the question, and thank God I knew the answer. So over to the next person, number 16. Jesus Christ.
Ah,
Epistle.
I won't kill you. St. Louis, my guy. See, Buddhism has the ideology of trial and error. In life, there's something called free will. I actually do believe that Buddhism is one culture that, says a lot of truths. But yeah, continue. He says Buddhism has the ideology of trial and error. In life, there's always something called free will. No one has this whole thing figured out. True, not even God. Wow. Because even in the Bible, he regretted his actions. People are built with this mentality that the gas make it in life. Yeah, you listen to different motivational speakers, read books, and basically make research. Most times they might contradict each other. What I'm trying to say is that you mustn't get it right at first. Great men are formed by their mistakes. Always make sure you learn from each of them. And as for life, I do believe in humanity before religion. Yes, I'm a Christian, but it's to see a native doctor in need. I would help him if I can. So make mistakes, learn, love, and keep trying to be the best version of yourself. So yeah, St. Louis, this is actually very sharp. Like, this is actually a very sharp episode. because he said here that he made reference to Buddhism, which I actually have not made huge research on them, but I see that they say a lot of truths. Basically, talk about how God is nature, and I believe that God is actually just nature unfolding. So they talk about life, understanding that the ideology of trial and error, which is is like accepted in
that
this.
is basically
Yes,
our life.
yes, it's basically accepted in this life you are living. So yeah, this is actually very sharp. When you said that you might in your journey you meet different speakers, you meet different people with their own different opinions and their own different strategies, patterns, like Michelle said. But like I've said and Michelle said, always if you're going to start a journey, you have to stick with one mentor. I think that's the problem, that having a lot of people with a lot of information causes problems, contradictions everywhere. Do you understand? So try to always stick with the one mentor for that what's it called, certain situation. And then he said you're allowed to make mistakes. That's just how life is. Great men too made mistakes from the past. So if you ever see yourself making errors or making any whatever errors in life, basically, so just know that it is part of the journey. It's a normal thing. Like every big man made errors. Like I gave an example of the guy that made the light bulb. He said he failed 99 times, right? Basically, he failed 99 times, but he said he just figured out 99 other ways not to go about that. What's it called? Situation. So basically, just always use those errors as like lessons, life lessons, and you just basically just turn them into stepping stones. That will just keep on progressing you, pushing you forward. So yeah, this is actually very sharp. And he also said that he's a Christian after making reference to the Buddhism, but he also said that he would help a native doctor if he was ever in need. So yeah, that's just basically life.
Yeah.
We'll try to help even though you are not in the same line with them. So yeah, basically St. Louis. Thank you for this.
Yeah, actually, a big shout out to you. So for number 17, name. There is no name. For story. Sorry, for answer, he said a story. Wow.
Well, I wonder what kind of story.
I just wonder what kind of story he wants to hear, but let me just tell you, there is no risk, there is no story without risk, right? You understand? Because if you look back on it, when you're telling people about your life, you're always telling them about the time that you did something drastic. Like, for example, I want to tell somebody about my stay in secondary school. I'm not going to tell you when I went to chapel on time, I went to ref on time. I'm going to tell you about the times.
The challenges you
Yeah, the
faced,
challenges where by my mates were in chapel and an hour.
Situations
I was still in hostel and the
Yeah.
priest was coming to the hostel
basically, yeah.
and I had to scram and like those are, you understand? So
Situations where you felt like, guy, in that moment, you felt like you were not going to make it, but then you see where you are today.
yeah, you understand. So
like,
actually, there is no risk. There is no story without risk. You understand? You want the best stories, take the biggest risk. That's it for this one. So over to the next person, number 18.
Yeah. Number 18. Number 18 is Ozwag. Oh shit, sorry. Kasimobi John Mark, right? John Mark says, God love is stronger than sin. So basically, to all my, fellow religious people and even atheists or whoever is listening to this podcast, we don't discriminate here. Well, yeah, God love is stronger than sin, right? If you believe in God, if you don't believe in God, God love is still stronger than sin, right?
Yeah.
And like, you should know that whatever thing you've poured resource your hand in is not bigger than your God's love. Basically, God's always open. His arms are always open wide for us. Basically, I'll use the analogy of the prodigal son. The prodigal son basically left his father. He went out to the city. Squandered his father's money. Did all sorts of things. Put his hand into a lot of atrocities basically, and then when he came home, he obviously thought his father was going to
Like kill him.
yeah. But then when he saw his father when the father sighted him from far, before his father ran to him and hugged him and told him to kill the fattest cow for him. Basically, they basically threw a party, which goes to show how God love is. Basically, He doesn't see you whatever thing you basically committed as bigger than Him, and He will never forgive. There's no sin that is bigger than God's love. So basically, yeah, God's love is always bigger, is always stronger. So whatever thing you've probably done in this life, just know that you can always go back to Him. Just know that you can always go back to Him for forgiveness. So yeah, this one is actually sharp.
Thank you, John Mark. So over to the next person. There is no name. And he said, if you could instantly change one thing about your past, knowing that it will drastically change you, would you do it? And what would that be? This question about if you could go back in time and change some things. Personally, I used to think that that question was golden and it was everything and all those things, but just here's the truth, right? In my life is not perfect. Understand? My life is not. I don't have houses and cars and all this. Well, if I'm to go back, I won't change anything. You understand? Forget. A lot of people are so disillusioned with this perfect reality. There is no perfect reality. Even if you change something, there will still be an imperfection. So why not just leave it the way it is?
Yeah.
Right? So personally, me, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, and
Understand?
just to show that, just basically like put it out there. You are here today because of the experiences and the past.
Thank
basically
you.
your past.
Thank
like
you.
What you experienced in the past.
In the past,
basically.
yeah.
What made me realize a lot of things that I had done was wrong was because I actually did those things that were wrong.
Yeah.
So it's just basically you need those things to basically get to that.
Stop this perfect, this perfect life, all this. There's no such thing. Trust me, it doesn't exist.
There's no perfect.
You understand?
Just keep on moving.
So just keep
Learn
on
from
moving.
them.
You understand? Learn from them. So if I go back in the past, I wouldn't change anything. You understand? Actually, I wouldn't change. I'll just leave. I'll just watch my small self make all the mistakes, do everything wrong, and just leave him.
Why do you think billionaires end up becoming billionaires? Do you think it's because they had a perfect smooth?
No,
that's why they basically what is it called? Basically call what we call failure. They basically embrace failure.
Yeah.
Because the more they fail, the more lessons they get to learn from.
Yeah.
So
Actually.
like that's just it. I think billionaires are just people who have failed most times. So, yeah.
So over to the next one. So
Yeah. The next person says, okay, he doesn't have a name, nameless. Alright, I'm going back to nameless guys now. Right. The most dangerous belief someone could have is the mindset that someone is coming to save you. Beautiful, beautiful. I remember when I was like this, I thought like my life was always, there was always going to be that person. That one day someone would just come up and give me money. I was always waiting for that day. And even up to now, like I'm still trying to battle with that idea of someone will just come up and give me something. And then this is actually it's just a very big eye opener. This is very true. But I'll tell you something here. Everybody has their own races to run. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. You are the one. You have the key to your life, to your salvation. You have the key to your own life, basically.
Stop depending on your uncles or
just stop depending on them. They will never get to the place where you are supposed to be. Right? You are the only person that can get yourself to that place, that level that you are looking for. Right? You're the only person that knows what you want. Right? So please, nobody is coming to save you.
Yeah.
Trust in your own self, basically.
Yeah, so whoever wrote this thing is very beautiful actually.
Yeah.
So the next person, Aroa Gideon Wabueze, he said, don't let fear of failure hold you back from taking the leap. The biggest risks often lead to the greatest reward. What will you create today? What dreams will you chase? What impact will you make? Remember, every great achievement started with a single step. Take yours now and watch your potential unfold. Like, is there really any other thing to say here? Like he just basically said it all. Like I have this analogy of, if you're going to exist only once, why be normal? Like why choose the normal? Why achieve just normal achievements of the only achievement you have in your lifetime is you finished SS3, you finished school, and you got a job? Like why? You only have one chance to exist. Like, what is the point of living if you're not just going to take that very very big leap? Like you are here where you are, right? The vision is over there. Then between you and the vision, there's just this black hole, no bridge, no nothing. But yet you still leap at it. That is what everybody should be doing. Basically, that is what everybody. I think that is the point of living. Like, quit playing it safe, please. Like, Gideon, thank you for this thing you wrote. Like, so beautiful. Thank you so much. So over to the next person.
Yeah, the
Wow.
next person. I sense you.
My brother.
Ah, you guys are falling my hand, though. My sisters, you guys are falling my hand. But yeah, Asensio says, it's not by it's not by that readeth by, but by he that God showeth mercy.
It's not by he that read it.
Readeth, but by God that showeth mercy.
Yeah.
People, people need to understand that it's not by reading Bible.
It's not.
It's not by reading Bible. Now
It's not
everything
by
associated
reading,
with the talk, oh, guys. It's not just by reading book, oh. Not by reading academic book, oh. But yeah, like that's. I think someone talked about the mercy of God. You know, someone talked about the mercy of one person. You know, one of the writers basically mentioned something about mercy, and I want to speak on it, but it was you that was basically reading out the comments. So the mercy of God is only going to mercy. God only shows mercy to persons who actually like deserve the mercy. And for me, and basically the whole understanding of how you can actually deserve the mercy is by you doing the right things, right? By you showing up every single day on that specific task that you've put for yourself. You know, that is you. That is just basically you putting in the work. Like God says, you know, heaven help those who also help themselves. Basically, like heaven help those who help themselves. If you don't put in the work, if you don't do those things that you need to do to achieve success, God will never show you mercy. Right? If you don't do the due diligence, God will never show you mercy. See, if you think it is a 70-30 something at 70-30, no, it's a 50-50. You put in your work, God puts in his work. That's all. That's how life is. It is shared equally. God has already put in his work, it's just left for you to put in your work. Just do the 50, let him do the 50. He has already done everything for us. He has already put he does not want anybody to go to hell. But like you need the 100% to achieve that success, right? And the 100% can come, 50% will come from me, 50% will come from God. Once 50% comes from God and you are basically lagging behind, how do you expect to attain that 100%? It's not possible.
Not possible. True.
So please, like, you guys need to understand that it's not just by reading book, guys. It's by you putting the work, like you doing the due diligence. You know how to attain this success. You know how to attain this level, right? So yeah.
Okay, so over to the next person. Chizoba Divine, a very good friend of mine. He said, well, if I was given 60 seconds with the mic, I would go with the question, which is, if you could go back in time and give advice to your younger self, what would it be and why? Share your wisdom. Let's hear your thoughts. Well, if I could give an advice to my younger self, I would tell my younger self this: relax. Like, basically, relax. Just chill out, fam. You know, Sam, because when I was small, I was always tensed about exam, about friends, about. I was just like, relax. Because growing up, I realized that like these things are not as deep as I was making them look like. And they were just basically disturbing me. So I just tell myself, bro, relax, calm down, everything is going to be fine. Relax. No matter whether you fail the exam, no matter whether that person stops being your friend, everything will still be fine. You will still be okay. A lot of people like thinking that, oh, if they fail the exam or this person stop being their friend or anything happen, nothing will, like when I actually found out that nothing will actually happen to me if all these things happen. I learned to relax. So yeah, if I was to give myself an advice, my younger self, I'll just tell him, bro, just relax. Everything's going to be okay. So thank you for that question. So over to the next person.
Yeah, I just want to just basically reference that go back in time and advise myself. The advice I'll give myself is just basically you know, just just continue to love, just continue to be who you are. Like, just continue to be who you are, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I really love myself for like every single thing that I've done. Basically, looking back, I just know that guy. Yeah, you did it just because you didn't know about it. That's why you did it, and now you know. So yeah, just continue loving yourself, right? Never lose trust, love in yourself. You know, yeah. Basically, that's just it. So yeah, top your answer here now, Mitchell. Okay, now you talk this one now.
Navi.
Me, oh, I just pray for more life because people don't know it's a bit. But being alive is actually a gift. Whether there are no cars, no fancy houses, or no money, the beauty of life is in the little moments we see every day. Laughing with a friend, arguing with a colleague, or even the gifts of calling your parents, or even praying that strong leap of faith you took will turn out for the best. And I also want to thank everyone that participated in this episode. You you are the reason why our show keeps growing. Yeah, you are the reasons. You guys are the reasons why our show keep growing. And one day we'll be at the top, knowing fully well it was you guys that helped push us to the top. Much love, Michelle. I beg guy, next person. Well, it's actually sharp. Ah, guy, Michelle. Sharp.
Let's go to the next person. Okay, so for the next person, David Saga, my own brother. So he said,
I see we don't.
if the mountain cannot come to me, then I have to make it to the mountain. Basically, this is basically life.
The mountain will never come to
It will never come to you. The money, the house, the car, the dream, everything. You're just so this is just like I said, life is not as complex. This thing is just very simple. Like, bro, it's very simple.
the moment you know that you have to go to the mountain.
Stop overcomplicating life. Move to the mountain. You understand? Stop waiting and saying, oh God, the mountain is never going to come to you. So just go to the mountain. I actually love this quote so much. Thank you, bro. So over to the next person.
Yeah. Well, nameless as usual, but yeah. I would like to say that gaining an experience is far much better than money. Money is like a seed because the harvest is much greater. Oh, that's a nice one. Experience is much better, like we said. It is the work you put in every single day that gets you to that level. The money will always come. It will just come.
Yeah.
Like the money is just always going to come. The moment you start to live that life of a millionaire, the millions will just come. Like it just basically the millions just there to tell you value.
Yeah.
Like this is your value in terms of monetary forms. Do you understand? Your value is much greater with it. Your value is more. Like I feel like the millions just there to say, okay, this is the value in monetary forms. But then within yourself, the experiences, the push, the drive you have to go, what the struggles you have to, the challenges you have to overcome, the things you gain throughout that journey is more valuable. The memories basically you gain will be more valuable than that millions. And that millions is just going to be there to just, give you, a monetary value. So if someone said, what's the net worth, this. But guy, the experience you gain,
The memories, the experience is everything.
More valuable.
Yeah, that's the good, yeah.
That's what basically.
So whoever this is, so thank you so much. So the next person, Ifani Valentine, also a very, very good friend of mine. So he said, man is so powerful. I wish man can realize how much power he has. This is not a metaphor. I am being literal here. There's no such thing as unrealistic, because for something to be unrealistic, it has to be realistic first. Fortify your minds and feel this level of happiness as you rise. Bro, like if only man, do you know how many times I've thought about this thing? If only man could understand how much power he has, you will quit saying I can't do it. Like, fuck, bro. Like, guy, Valentine, thank you for this thing. Like, you don't. When I mean that God actually gave you all the power you need, you don't need to go to prayer house for hours. God gave you everything. Like, I think the biggest gift God gave to man is the ability to learn. And when you can learn anything, when you can become anything, bro, you stop seeing things as special and you start seeing them as achievable. If this person can do it, it means I can learn it and also do it. Yeah. That mindset. You stop, like, there is no magic on earth. There is no magic. All these things are real. Man is a limitless being. You have unlimited potential. You understand? So Valentine, thank you so much for this thing. Like, everybody just needs to wake up and realize this thing. You understand? So over to the next person.
Yeah, the next person. Mr. Aga.
My father.
Yeah. Mr. Aga says, I wish to talk about schooling. Sound education remains the foundation of success in life. Okay. Education gives you the opportunity to develop your brain, learn interpersonal skills and exposure. When you got this and add to learning of multiple skills, you will no doubt excel in life. The function of teachers should not be condemned in any way, but rather appreciated. You guys are doing us proud. Continue to push. I know you are getting somewhere. Well, yeah. To be fair, Mr. Aga talks about a lot of things that what school is supposed to be basically, and you know, I feel like in as much as I think we've condemned school a lot on this show, there are some special things that school like this, not basically school system, but what you gain in school.
Yeah, like some
Yeah,
friendship, some relationship.
and it's just basically the right mindset that you have to go into school. The right mindset, understanding that you know education, in as much as you might not be the best educationally, academically, you should also understand interpersonal skills, like you said, interpersonal skills, basically understanding, the idea of, coming to higher institution is for exposure, it's for networking, it's for not just schooling, it's for all these foundational things, basically.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just basically with the right mindset. If you go into school with the right mindset, knowing that it's not just to get first class, but then to also work with people, to also meet new people, get new ideas, get information, right? Basically, that's what it is, and that's what I'm trying to say. And then the function of teachers, yes, the idea of teachers is not to be condemned, but then it's just basically having the right teacher. You understand? Having the right mentor, having the right person that you learn from, having the right information that you want to gain, person that information, and the right person that you're going to get it from. So yes, Mr. Aga has really said a lot about the idea, and thank you so much, sir, for being proud of us. I know that
Yeah, actually.
basically this is actually like a lovely speech. I love this basically, and then yeah, thank you so much for believing in us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So over to the next person. Name Delphin. Answer epistle. Wow. Many people run their day-to-day lives, but they are unconsciously lost. Some amongst them are aware of this, while the rest don't. Speaking of lost, you probably might not know your purpose of living, how to go about making ends meet, and the rest. You could be trying to figure out the issues of life and ways to solve them, but you are forgetting that our environment could be a factor. Your circle could be a factor. Your family could be the reason why you are emotionally, physically, and mentally stressed unnecessarily. If you are not surrounded by the things or people that you can look up to, run, save up, and flee. It takes a lot of courage to do so, but it's part of a mindset training. Be the best you can be out there, irrespective of your condition or situation. Life is too short. I love this particular line. Enjoy it in a positive way while it lasts. Above all, you keep floating if you don't involve God in all you do. This is not just an advice to you all, but to myself too. You keep floating if you don't involve God in all you do. Like Valentine said, and I made reference to, God has given you the power to do everything. You understand? What I see prayer as, prayer is just like it's just the machinery needed to start. Prayer is not the machinery needed to push you or to carry your leg or to move you. Or prayer is you just need to wrap the entire mission in prayer and then start. Right? So actually, Delphine, thank you so much for this speech. It was really beautiful and I loved it. So over to the next person.
I think you should read this. Oh, okay, no. Uh, name, no name. Okay, no. The name. The pioneers of the Michel Anthony show are inspirational individuals who knows the true cause of life and human existence. Wow, more grace to their elbow as they continue to give to the true concept of generational renaissance. No answer, just a shout out. Okay. Wow,
Whoever
wow,
this
wow.
person is, thank you so much. Thank
Wow,
you,
wow,
thank
wow,
you.
wow,
Really
wow.
appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you. Pioneers. Pioneers. No, Michel Anthony. No. But,
Name Yash Purohit, an Indian friend of mine. So he said, there's a shayari from Alam Iqbal that goes like Kudko ka buland itna ki ha tagde se pele kuda bande se kud puche bata teri
I think that's
raza
right.
kia hai. In English, it is elevate yourself to such heights that before every destiny is written, God Himself asks you, tell me, what is it that you desire? Wow. Yash, this is very, very beautiful,
Wait,
right?
before you talk, I think you actually killed that. I think you killed it. Like, you spoke well. Like, that Indian stuff.
How?
I think you actually spoke well, very well.
Who knows, maybe I'm passing here.
Okay.
So yeah, she actually killed it, right? Elevate yourself. So what I just grabbed from this thing is that you should just keep elevating yourself.
Yeah.
You understand? Keep elevating yourself. What is the point of living if you won't get better every day? You are a limitless being. Don't waste your potential on basically nothing. You understand? So thank you so much for this, Yash. Over to the next person.
Alright, the next person says, okay, no name again. We need Jesus now more than ever.
Actually,
Not be only Jesus. Oh. You need to understand that, bro. Like, you are a powerful brain, like a powerful tool. Do you understand? You can't just always rely on the 50% that God gave you. Like I said, God has given you everything that you need. He has given you the information. He has given you the life. He has given you the idea. He has given you the mind. He has given you the soul. He has given you the movement. He has given you the legs, the hands, the eyes. You know, he has given you every single thing. He has just really done his own bit. Like I said, the 50%. Now the other 50% is just basically you putting in the work, putting in all the, just basically using everything he has given you to your advantage, right? Like I said, he's giving you the information, and the information is Jesus Christ, right? First of all, I believe that Jesus Christ is not just any person; he's the teaching of God, right? He's just basically God speaking, right? And he's the information that God is giving to us, basically. We're not just to look at Jesus Christ as a person, but as a tool to progress in life, right? As a like an inspirational idol, like a basically story that we should use, to advise ourselves in our daily lives, basically. So yes, he has given you that, right? You can't just always bank on that story. You also have to put your own self, right? Put yourself in that shoe, in the shoe right now, and start to prepare yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And the only way to prepare yourself is basically making use of what God has given you, right? So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that answer. Yeah, thank you for that answer.
so the next person is Xander the Great, a very good friend of mine, and he said, what I have to say is that I am glad to be born at this time. Why? Because of the people I was born with in this era, no one is challenging themselves. No one has dream. Everyone is either on TikTok or Instagram, and that is where I get my advantage. I will work so fucking hard that they will begin to see me on their screens. I just believe that more people should live the normality of life, which is to be average, and fucking start doing great things little by little until it compounds to something so great that it will be denial not to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xander the Great. Wow. Like, bro, like, fuck, God. Like, yes, this is actually one of the best times to be born. You understand? Because nobody, like, when you look around, there is no competition again.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody is challenging themselves. It is so fucking easy to be great nowadays. Because look, just take it. Just look around. Everybody is playing it safe. Everybody's challenge. You're going to be the one that will take that big step that they will see on their screen, just like Xander said. You understand? So Xander, thank you for this thing. Like, please, everybody should wake up. You can't did you just basically hear what Xander said? Like, this is where he gains advantage. That not that he gains advantage that all of you are challenging. He gains advantage from the fact that no one is challenging themselves, that no one is taking the risk, that everybody is always on TikTok or Instagram. This is where he now gains his advantage. And then one day you'll be seeing him on your screens. Right? So you have to wake up. Fuck this normal life. Do you understand? You only have one chance to exist. Make use of it to the fullest, right? So thank you so much, Xander, for that answer. So over to the next person.
Right. The next person does not have name. But then he says most young people think they are the main character in the story. You are not.
Wow.
Nobody cares that much. Just family. So stop complaining and comparing yourself and the achievements to other people's own. You can admire, pick lessons and move on. Never get jealous, because that would change the narrative from being a better version of you to being better than the next person. Wow. Stop going around dumping your problems on other people. Be strong, because at the end, you only got you. Wow. Okay, so
That's good.
I don't know this person like this person says most when the person said most young people think they are the main character in the story.
Yeah, you're
When
not actually.
wait, basically kind of when this person actually said this thing, do you know he I don't know if I know the person that wrote this thing, but like it's like I feel like I know the person, but then it might not be. This is took me back to when I was, just last year basically, and I was basically, telling one of my friends that you always basically be like the main character in the story. And the person she didn't realize it, until like everybody kept on telling her she just basically felt like she was the main character. And it was just basically it was just basically okay, I saw it in you, but then looking back I'm seeing it in every single one of our lives. People when we don't understand how life is, we basically just behave like we are the main character. Bro, there are 8 point something billion persons in the world. Yes, you only have you, right? But in this story, it is only you, right? But then there are 8 point something billion people in this world, right? Nobody really cares about you. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares. Like she said, at the end, you only got you. So you've got to do what you've got to do to actually gain recognition if you want to gain recognition and to gain success, right? Just keep on pushing yourself. Just keep on pushing yourself.
Yeah.
Don't become that next person. Like she said, don't try to be better than the next person.
Yeah. That is where you start losing.
Try to be a better version of yourself, right? Just try to be a better version of yourself. Don't try to be better than the next person, right? Just try to be a better person, better version.
Yeah.
Always try to get to the next level. Get to the next level. Don't always look at the person beside you and try to compete with him, right?
Yeah. So we have 5 more responses to go. Okay. So name optional. No, sorry, name there is no name. And for the answer he said, you don't always have to say exactly what's on your mind. Do not mistake thoughts for outspokenness. Do not be the reason somebody goes to bed angry or have a bad day or be depressed.
Yeah.
Be kind. Actually, yeah. You understand? This thing now is not existential philosophical knowledge. It's just basic things everybody know. You understand? And actually, this person just nailed this to the core. Don't be the reason why another person will go to bed angry. You understand? Don't make anyone angry. There is this thing Marcus Aurelius said that actually started living with someone. She said, be strict with yourself and tolerable with others. You understand? Be very strict with yourself and be very tolerable with others. You understand? Never, you understand? Because this is about assertiveness. You understand? You might mistake insults for outspokenness or assertiveness. But you just ruin somebody's day in the name of being assertive, right? Nobody's telling you that when someone step on you or cross the line, you shouldn't bring the person back to order. You understand? But at the same time, manner of approach matters. The way you approach a certain situation, it matters a lot. You understand? So whoever this person is, thank you so much for this response.
Yeah. So the next person is HF. This might sound like a pep talk, but actually in life failures are for those who give up. As far as you keep on grinding, then success and greatness will eventually come. So if you can't fly, you run. If you can't run, you walk. If you can't walk, you crawl. But by all means, my dear, keep moving. We all will get there someday. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like, to be fair, what we term as failure, right, should never be the fact that you tried and you didn't basically get the results you're looking for. That should not be termed as failure. That should just be termed as what it's. That's just life, basically. Failure is when you don't try at all. Failure is when you give up on your dreams. That should be what failure is. This is when you're a failure. You're a failure because you didn't succeed in that particular time. But then you kept on pushing. That should not be failure. Right? That should not be failure. That's a strength. Right? That shows a successful man in the making. That's just basically the process you need to attain success, basically. Right? But the moment you end your dreams, the moment you decide to give up, the moment you don't even try at all, you failed. You are a failure. And that's what this person is telling you. HF, I like this. You said it. And you told us that, bro, in as much as what you have to always get there someday. It might not be that today you are running or you can't, maybe you're not be able to run, then you walk, right? You might not be able to walk, then you crawl. But guess what? We always have to get there. And guess what? We always have to keep on moving. So yeah, HF, thank you for this special. I love this quote. I love every single thing you said. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, bro. So over to the next person. There is no name, and he said, "Why did Aristotle believe that God was too perfect to dwell with humans that are imperfect?" Actually, I don't know. Nah, you understand. Actually, I've never even heard that God was too perfect to dwell with humans that are imperfect.
I don't. The Christians believe that Christ basically came to earth, So that means God basically dwelled with humans.
With humans, yeah. So I've never really heard it, but maybe if it's something you want to find out about,
Is Aristotle that says it now? Is it God that says it?
yeah, it's Aristotle that says. So maybe you can basically make use of ChatGPT research or this thing. But honestly speaking, I don't know why Aristotle believed that God was too perfect to dwell with humans. Understand? So over to the next person.
Oh no, reason. What this person said? Oh, this person says, I've been listening to your podcast from day one, and must say I'm a big fan of you guys, especially Tony because he's so smart, and you too, Michelle. But I would like to advise you guys. Advice I would like to give you guys is that try making the podcast more lively and learn and free. Thanks.
Oh, I really appreciate whoever this person is.
Whoever this person is, really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Right. You like me?
So for the last person, name Mary, answer a question. That's deep actually. Understand? Because I mean question. That's actually very deep. Actually, I don't know what you meant by a question, but thank you so much for the responses. Like I said, you guys are the reason why this show keeps on growing.
Yeah.
Right? And when we get there, you're going to remember that it was you guys that propelled us. Yeah. So this is everything for episode 20, the fan takeover. We hope you loved it. We hope you enjoyed it. On Saturday, we're going to be having our 21st episode. Like always, by 2 p.m. Stay with us and have a very...
I'd like to make a confession.
Wonderful
day. It was me that wrote that 38. That one I said most gold.
I like it.
Yeah.
Guy,
it was me. But yeah. Yeah, well, thank you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sticking around, And, peace out, I guess.
Yeah.
Peace out.